Hello and welcome again. I am the Gentleman in Black, and here we are with the last of our intro packs for Shadows over Innistrad. The most exciting possibly, with the Vampiric Thirst. Quite hoping we open an Olivia for this one. That would make this deck just absolutely brilliant. It's quite understandably all about vampires, if you didn't guess that from the title. So, let's crack it open and get straight to it. Get rid of all this. So we have our play guide, 2 boosters, which is where the real fun's at. So as I've said before, I like buying intro packs, just purely because it gives you a good range of commons and uncommons from the set. They tend to print some decent commons in them sometimes. Rules reference card, and you know, you get 2 boosters as well. So when you can pre-order them for about £45, it's not a bad deal, I don't think. So here we go with our first card. This is our foil promotional card from the intro pack, and that is Markov Dreadnought. So here we have a 5-drop, 3/3 flying. You can pay 3 to discard a card to put 2 +1/1 counters on it. Very good with Madness. This card is a great finisher in Limited. I actually really like him a lot. Speaking of great finishers in Limited, things that are following me around, Burn from Within. It deals X damage to target creature or player, and if it was indestructible it loses that, and also if the creature would die, exile it. Decent enough card. Just burn. Just burn. That's what it is. So I have 2 copies of Indulgent Aristocrat. This guy is a 1-drop, 1/1 with lifelink. Not usually a good thing, but you can sacrifice a creature, put a +1/1 counter on each vampire you control. That's right. You can buff your entire vampire team with this guy. He is so tasty. We like him a lot. 1 copy, surprisingly, of Olivia's Bloodsworn. It's a 2/1 with flying. It can't block, but you can pay red to make any vampire haste. Which is, I don't know why there's not 4 copies of that in here, but I digress. 2 copies of the Ravenous Bloodseeker. 1 on red for a 1/3, and discard a card. It gets +2/-2 until the end of the turn. Not a bad little attacker. Sanguinary Mage. The more I play with it, the more I just don't like it. It's a 1/3 with prowess for 2. The fact that it just never gets above about 3 power is kind of depressing, actually. Then we have our bland filler rubbish in the middle. 2 in a black for a 3/2, does nothing. Vampire Noble. But at least we've got really, really strong tribal themes here. The other tribal decks have just been lackluster. The Investigate one and the Delirium ones have been the best so far, I think. Next up we have 2 copies of Blood Mad Vampire, who is a 4/1 for 3, but you can Madness him for 2. And whenever he deals combat damage to a player, put a +1/1 counter on it. Very good card. I actually kind of wish Falconwrath Gorger had been in this deck. You know, it would have been a really good secondary rare. Next up we have Stromkirk Mentor, who is 3 in a black for a 4/2. When it enters the battlefield, put a +1/1 counter on another target vampire you control. Not bad. Not bad. Especially with the synergy. You know, you're pretty much always going to have a vampire. Except for this one Mad Prophet, who really does feel Delirium. He's very good. Not Delirium, sorry. Madness. He's really, really good for Madness. Because he's mad. He's so mad. Voldaren Duelist. The more I play with this in Limited, the more I love it. 4-drop, 3/2 with haste, and when it enters the battlefield, target creature can't block this turn. It just gets in for 3. You pay 4, and you just get in for 3 most times. Then we have Creepy Vampire Kids. Twins of Mora Estate. It's 3/5 for 5, but you can Madness it for 3. Excellent. I would more than happily pay 3 for a 3/5, but not 5. And speaking of big cards that are expensive, Incorrigible Youths. This is the Game Day promo, so if you're thinking of attending Game Day and you like the Vampire deck, you will get the full art promo version of this. It's so nice. It's really creepy. It's 3 and 2 red for a hasty 4/3 creature, but you can Madness it for 3. If you can Madness this, you get so much value. Because turn 3, a lot of decks just can't deal with a 4/3. They just cannot. And with your other synergy in the deck, it just gets hard to deal with. Well, 1 copy of Sinister Concoction. It's so much text on this, it's unreal, but I guess I don't really like it. But it fuels your discard. For Madness. Macabre Waltz, return up to 2 target creature cards from your graveyard to your hand, discard a card. Again, Madness and recurring your vampires and stuff. Murderous Compulsion, it's a sorcery, but you can cast it for Madness in your opponent's turn and kill their creature as soon as they attack, which is hilarious. 1 copy of Senseless Rage, doesn't really deserve to be in the deck, but it has Madness. 2 copies of Tormenting Voice. I really like this. I think it's a good addition to the vampire deck. It's 1 on a red, sorcery. As additional cost to cast it, you have to discard a card, but then you draw 2 cards. So you get Madness, you get to Madness something and draw 2 cards if you're really good. 2 copies of Alms of the Vein. Target opponent loses 3 life and you gain 3 life. This is a Lightning Helix. If you can get it for 1, it's so much better. You just can't target creatures, obviously. 2 copies of Fiery Temper. This card is ridiculous. I love it. It's a bolt with Madness. And of course you have so many Madness outlets. Creeping Dread, sorry. I don't like this. I'd remove this from the deck. Same with Malevolent Whispers. Malevolent Whispers is just a combat trick where you get to steal your opponent's creature and it gets plus 2/0, but you can also Madness it. It's kind of fine. I've put it on my own creatures a couple of times. I've stolen my own creatures and swung in for just 2 more power. That's fine, I guess, if you've got nothing better to do. But yeah, let's get to the boosters. We'll crack them. We'll see if there's anything else that makes the deck really, really good. Because there could totally be. Well, there's something that we we quite like for the deck. A Vampire Knight token. Hell yes. The Ox, no. Deadweight will actually make this deck pretty good. You can just remove your opponent's creatures with it. Structural Distortion, no. Shard of Broken Glass, no. Another Bloodman Vampire. I will more than happily take that for the deck. Yeah, so we have a Solitary Hunter, who is a 3/4 for 4, and becomes a 5/6. He's just generic. I quite like him though, he's alright. We have Indulgent Aristocrat, another one, which is definitely more what we need for this deck. We also need the Neonates, the Reckless Neonates, or I can't remember what he's called, but he's so good for this deck. So he is a 1/1 for 1, and 2 sacrifice a creature, put a +1/1 count on all your vampires. This seems to be a very vampire pack. I'm hoping for Olivia at the end of it to make it super vampire-y. Or Foreboding Ruins, that'd make this deck very good. So then we have Stensia Masquerade, which is 2 in a red. Attacking creatures you control have first strike. Whenever a vampire you control deals combat damage to a player, you get a +1/1 counter on it. But you can also Madness this. So you can cast this at instant speed and completely catch your opponent by surprise. Well, I think I've seen what we've got at the back, and it's definitely a vampire. So, Skeleton Key. 1-drop artifact with Equip for 2. It gives the equipped creature Skulk, and whenever it deals combat damage to play, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. Again, very good for fueling your madness. Here we go. There he is, the man himself. The Markov Master. Unfortunately, he doesn't go in the deck very well, because you'd have to splash white. But there we go. Yeah. A Saurian from an intro pack. Very nice. So he's 4 black, white, for 6 loyalty planeswalker, so 6 for 6, +1. Reveal the top card of your library. Put that card into your hand. Each opponent loses life equal to its converted mana cost. Excellent. -X. He deals X damage to target creature and planeswalker. Or planeswalker, sorry, and you gain X life. Again. Very, very good. And -9. Put a number of 1/1. Put a number of these bad boys onto the battlefield, equal to the highest life total among all players. Wow. What a pull. He's very good. Well, needless to say, I'm very happy with that. On to the next pack. So, it looks like, with the packs we've got from this, we can definitely make this deck a ton better. So I'm just going to remove the human token and the check card. Nope, we don't want Sanitarium Skeleton. No, we do not. Chaplain's Blessing is awful. Limbs of the Dusk, no. Rancid Rats, no. Well, there's not many vampires here at all. Maybe Dual Shot. And our first flip card, or only flip card possibly. Yep, is Duskwatch Recruiter. So he is 2 for a 2/2, which is just fine. He's a bear. But he has an activated ability of 3, 2 and a green. So 2 and a green for... Look at the top 3 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card from among them, put it into your hand, put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. So he's very good. And when he flips, he becomes Krollen Horde Howler, a 3/3, and creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. He is so good. He's probably going in my humans deck, because why not? Next up we have Erdwall Illuminator, also a great card. 2 for a 1/3, flying. Whenever you investigate for the first time each turn, investigate an additional time. Next up is Not Forgotten. Well, I did forget about this card. 1 and a white, put target card from a graveyard on top or bottom of its owner's library, and put a 1/1 white spirit token. Yeah, no. Next up is Grafmole. 2 and a green for a 2/4. Whenever you sacrifice a clue, you gain 3 life. Unfortunate. We have a foil Nagging Thoughts, but our rare is Slayer's Plate. I'm not actually opened one of these yet, but it is a 3-drop artifact. Equipped creature is +4/+2. When it dies, if it was human, put a 1/1 spirit token onto the battlefield. I guess for a bit more aggro, you could totally run this. But there we go. That is the end of the intro pack series. So I will be next week. Next video will probably be either a deck builder's toolkit or my fat pack, and then after that onto the box. Yeah. So as always, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and thumbs up. Yeah, give me one of those, people. Give me a thumbs up on the video, just so I know what everybody wants. Thank you very much for watching. Enjoy. Have a great day.